Top screen's blocking. There we go. Welcome to the broadcast. This is Jet Programs. While I would like to do a gaming stream at this time, I know it's not really the time for me to do a gaming stream, like, if that makes sense. Like, this is the time where people would watch it, but I feel like I need to practice or at least become associated with this, like the cryptography stuff on Python. So I wanted to practice it tonight, but I wanted to be able to talk with you all as I did it. Wendy said, I am snuggling with my Wendy O. Koopa plushie in bed. Oh, nice. Okay, let's see. I'm getting the live chat set up for this now. So I'll be able to talk to you all as I do this stream, whether you're on the Facecam chat, because there's a Facecam where you can see my face as I program, and there's also another chat. Oh yeah, Torvor is already on the other chat for when you're watching me code. So Torvor's like, yo, what's up? Not much. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to copy some example code that has to do with cryptography. And then based on that, I'm going to make like a function. Wendy said, I love her. She's my favorite Mario character of all time. Oh, cool. Torvor said, I'm staying on this chat though. Okay, cool. Either one should work. So first thing I'm really curious about is, can Replit, which is the online compiler I'm using, does it even understand this as a concept? So it's like, no, it says invalid syntax. So we're about to find out. We're going to see how this works. Because it wants me to like install. I wonder if it's the pip thing that it hates. Like, is install cryptography valid? No, it is not. Import cryptography is what I'm used to. I'm used to importing things. Unused import cryptography. But here's from cryptography.fernet import fernet. Maybe I just don't need this whole line. Can I do that? Would it understand anything that I was saying? Let's see. Torvor said, would you say Wendy is your waifu in reference to your plushie? Let's see. Run. It's not giving me an error, but it's not giving me anything else. So, that's not bad at all. Wendy's like, no, not my wife. Let's see. So key equals fernet.generate underscore key. Cipher suite equals fernet key. Cipher underscore text equals cipher underscore suite dot encrypt. B. I don't know why that B is there. Release secret message not for prying eyes. Plain text. Torvor's like, KK, just thought I would ask. Plain text equals cipher suite dot decrypt cipher text. Okay, so what happens if I try to print ciphertext and then if I try to print plain text? Not a dang thing. Let's see. Let me hit save. No changes to save. Running it, nothing's happening. Interesting. Let's see. Wendy said, I've had it for a year. Oh, that's nice. I'm glad that you've been really enjoying it. Let's see. So the pip install thing seems to be something that I can't do, at least not on Replit. Let's see. Cryptography is an actively developed library that provides cryptographic recipes and primitives. It supports the different versions of Python. I believe this is simulating Python 3. Cryptography is divided into 2 layers of recipes and hazardous materials hazmat. The recipes layer provides simple API for proper symmetric encryption, and the hazmat layer provides low-level encryption primitives. So I think the main thing that I need to know is, yeah, if they're libraries, why is it that I just can't import them? Torvor said, I need to make myself a Leviathan plushie. Do you have a... When you can't remember best waifu since 2008, do you have a squiggly plushie already? Question mark. Wendy says, "Is it funny my name is Wendy and my favorite Mario character is Wendy Okupa?" Um, I think they probably have something to do with each other. Like, in part, I think one of the reasons why it's your favorite Mario character is because you have the same name. I don't think it's entirely the reason, but I don't think it's not a part of the reason. So I think the main problem is I just need a way to import it in, and I just don't know how to do that. And that's like unused, but you think it would be that. So I have to import Ferna. Like, and I don't think you can ever have an error running something. Torver said, "I'm sure that has something to do with it." Wendy asked, "What is your favorite color?" My favorite color is red. I decided that when I was like really young. There has to be a way to do this. I'll probably have to use something that doesn't involve having to install cryptography, which means I'll have to do some research. So let's see. Cryptography Python. Wendy's favorite color is pink. That's cool. Yeah, Torabor, what's your favorite color? Oh, they got your boy. They got your boy by putting in the same thing. So someone for the, well, this is like the official Python thing. They essentially put the same information. You can find more information in the documentation, which is probably what I just read. So I click the documentation link. Torabor said, "Something about black and white has always seemed aesthetically pleasing to me." You probably enjoy like the different contrast between the colors. They stand out on top of each other really well. Oh, Torabor, what do you think about the Jet Edits videos where I make those black and white images out of a bunch of other images? Let's see. See, I think without being able to install, I just won't be able to do it, which is interesting. Wendy said, "In 15 more minutes, I have to go to bed, get some beauty sleep." Oh, no problem, Wendy. Thank you for tuning in for like as long as you have. I'm still trying to figure out, is there a way for me to install cryptography Python Reddit? I mean, not Reddit, crap, Replit, which is when your brain's somewhere else. Torvor said, "I like them a lot." Oh, that's cool. I dig the fact that you enjoy them. Replit. I just said ReplePie. I'll get there. Replit. Because I think it's the browser Python compiler I'm using just doesn't understand how to install it. Unable to install one of the pip modules in Python. Reddit. Well, it's interesting that Reddit things are coming up. It's because I think Replit is so similar to Reddit. And the way that it's spelled out. Wendy said, "I will stay for 15 minutes. Cool. Torvor said, "Same about the sleep thing. I have to prepare my body, mind, and soul for the horror that is dun 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 high school." Oh, I'm sure you'll be fine, Torvor. My experience with school was pretty positive. Like, I'm in college now, and it's more of the same thing. What everyone says when they get into college is like, well, now it's like a organization time thing and being more independent, blah, 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 blah. But it doesn't feel like that much of a shift. And I guess that's just a personal thing. But I just feel like I'm doing the same thing I've always been doing. Wendy said, "What time is it in your area?" It's currently 10:26. I should have tried to play with this a little bit before making a stream on it. Because essentially the whole stream has been, why doesn't this code work? Oh, it seems like the thing that I need for the code to work is something that doesn't work on Replit. Oh, it's 11:27 for Wendy. So wherever Wendy is, it's like an hour ahead. And Torvor said the same for himself. Ah, I see. So for both of you, it's like almost midnight. Fair enough. Because at 11, I'm going to hit the hay. Well, I'm not going to go to sleep. I'm going to exercise, but I'm not going to be streaming. I'm going to exercise and get ready for bed. Fold up my clothes for the week, so I don't have to worry about it. Torvor said Eastern Standard for the win. Boom, 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 boom. Let's see. Wendy said at 11:45, I will get some beauty sleep. Okay, solid. So every Python package now pre-installed on Replit, says Reddit. Okay, so this is what I'm looking for. Thank you, Python. Let's see. Bin Bernard says, I've used Replit a few times to quickly test Python code, and I found that it's a very good tool. It's more practical than using the Python console, especially if you work with several source files. Nice to see they added all packages. Let's see. Time for me to look up cryptography. It only comes up once. Right here. And I don't think clicking on this actually gives me any additional information. Wendy said, I love do cheerleading. Oh, solid. Cheerleading is definitely a skill that not everyone has. It's one of the more dangerous sports, but very interesting to look at. It's not like on the same level as like figure skating when it comes to like an aesthetically pleasing sport. But it is interesting to see people do gymnastic stunts that involve being stacked on top of each other in order to do shapes and doing backflips and things like that. Like while it's dangerous, it creates something that's interesting to look at by like using people to make shapes. The reason why I think figure skating is really dangerous, in part, is like it's on ice. You have like really sharp blades. You spin around and everything. It's just not the same. I feel like it's much more dangerous. Wendy asks, do you have Android or Apple? I use Android, hashtag Android Master Race, while Apple devices have a nice user interface that's easy to get a handle on. Android gives you a lot more options for customizing your device. To some people, it's overwhelming, and to others, it's a source of additional freedom. Also, I didn't have the choice. It's not like I went there and said I want an Android. I just got whatever I got. Wendy said, I only use Apple. Fair enough. To each their own. Like I said, easier to use just off the bat because the UI is very user-friendly and familiar. So it seems like what I've learned today is that Replit cannot just straight up make whatever I want. Well, I mean, it can't just install stuff. At least it doesn't seem like it can. Let me see if there's a thing specifically about installation Python Replit. That would be handy. Wendy said, I have an iPhone 5S with 16 gigabytes, and I've had it for 4 years. Nice. How is it treating you? Also, does anyone know any information about the new iPhone? Heard a little bit about it, but I don't know what its new features are. I've heard it does something with augmented reality. And I've heard claims that it's really fast, and I've heard people say that those claims are not true. But I'd like to know more. It's just something I haven't looked into. Well, let's see. Import any Python package at Replit. Replit Python compiler. Blah, 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 blah. So let's see. Wendy said, it's getting slow. I need to upgrade to an iPhone 6S Plus, and I will get one in the beginning of January, which is 128 gigabytes of storage. Torvor said, Android for the win. So you can import a bunch of things, but that's, I guess, not the same thing as installing. They seemed like they were really similar concepts, but I guess not. Let me read this. At Replit, our goal is to make programming more accessible, and as a part of this, we aim to provide the full power of popular programming environments with no setup time, and no modern programming language is complete without third-party packages. Facts. That's why today we're making every Python package ever, immediately available on Replit. Just select the language, Python or Python 3, and start importing packages. Wendy said, I hope I get an Apple Watch for Christmas. I'm iffy on wearables. I think the only wearable thing I've been really interested in is a Microsoft HoloLens, and that's way outside of my non-existent pay grade. Speaking of getting paid, I finished a superhero story today that was based on a game for a client. So that's pretty good. That was something I was hired to do a couple days ago, and I finished today. We had to make sure that it reflected the rules of the game. I think that was the most interesting part of that project. But let's see. So I can import things all day. It doesn't matter, but this is going to be really different. Wendy said, I'm starting to get really sleepy. Yeah, it is pretty late. For you, it's like 11:33. Torvor said, rather have a Pip-Boy. Yeah, what's a Pip-Boy? I've actually never heard of that. Let's see, Python. So what I need to know is Python installation versus installing Python modules. If you already know how to install Python modules, the default distill setup includes a per-user installation option. Let's see. Torvor said it's Fium Fallout. I go now. Get some sleep before I pass out. Have a great night, Wendy. Enjoy your rest. Torvor said GN. Oh, good night. Yeah, solid. Good night, Wendy. It uses one library called Tweepy. Hold on. You can use Python to send tweets? Torvor said, wait, you have to sleep, so you don't go to sleep? I'm not currently going to bed. Wendy's going to bed, though. I don't like to host the script on a server where I don't have privileges to install anything. It would be great if I can just include it locally from the folder I've got it in. As of right now, all I need to do is include at the top of my file is import Tweepy. The Tweepy folder does have a init.py file, which I believe is important. 3 answers, few possibilities. I don't know. There's a really specific thing that's going on. It's interesting, very interesting, the idea of tweeting with a Python program. That's something that I'd like to look into. But I wonder, is it a privileges kind of thing where Replit won't allow you to install additional things that you can't normally import? Torvor said no. She said, and get some sleep before I pass out. So she has to get some sleep before she falls asleep. I see you. Yeah, it was a weird way of saying it. But we still got what she meant overall. So if you do Python installation, it thinks you're asking about how to install Python, not using the install command on Python. So spip install. Yeah, this is what I want to understand. Installing with git pip.py. Pip is already installed if you're using Python 2 or higher. Additionally, pip will already be installed if you're working in a virtual environment created by virtual env or pyenv. Suddenly I'm hearing about these environments that are not Replit, and that may just be the solution. I may just need to use something that's not Replit that uses Python. Let's see, a package in the Python standard library for creating virtual environments. Oh, interesting, actually. That's like a whole other can of worms right there. Let's see. Well, now it's talking about like installing things. Using a Python install that's managed by your operating system or another package manager. Git pip.py does not coordinate with those tools and may leave your system in an inconsistent state. That sounds gross. Maybe it's the fact that I left it at just pip install, so it thinks I'm only asking about installing pip, but I just want to know about installing things in general. Python cryptography. How do I get it to work? I feel like it's going to be a really basic thing. High-level recipes, low levels, blah, 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 blah. I read this before, blah, 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 blah. You can install it with pip. And then just like, this is all you have to do. See installation for more information. Yes, maybe this is what I've needed to click. The wheel package on Windows is statically linked. You will typically just run that. If you prefer to compile it yourself, you'll need to have OpenSSL installed. And then there's a bunch of paths that you got to do. Building cryptography on Linux. Okay, let's see. Cryptography ships a mini Linux 1 wheel, so all dependencies are included. For users on PIP 8.1 or above, running on a mini Linux 1 compatible distribution, almost everything except this specific thing, all you should need to do is $pip install cryptography. So that's what I tried to do. If you are on, I guess it's AI Pine, because a capital L it has like a bin to it. Torvor's like, KK, time for bed, forward to glory, yada yada. Yo, thank you for watching, Torvor. Have a wonderful night. Let's see. So SP install cryptography. If you're on Alpine, then you have to do like all this extra If you're doing it here, and you want it here. I believe Replit is on a Linux thing. On Linux. So this should work, but I think it hates this, as we tried this earlier. Whoa. I typed it in there. What happens? Aha. There we go. Yeah, because I didn't actually mean to type it in the box. So once I typed it in the box, I was like, also work. I never mess around in the box. I always do stuff like this to the side. Hello, fam. Yep. When you essentially just say, I don't actually do command lines. I haven't messed around with a command line since I used to do like DOS back in the day. Gosh, I think this is all stuff that I just don't really have access to on Replit. So while I would have loved to have done a video where I just encrypt and decrypt, oh gosh, when I encrypt and decrypt messages using the built-in stuff for Python, I'm just unable to. I just don't have a thing that can do it unless there's something better than Replit that has the installation. However, I've somewhat prepared for this as an option. Yo, Kirby, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. And the way that I prepared for this, yo, Godzilla Tales, welcome to the stream. Good to have you. So this is me programming. You're currently watching the Facecam version, Godzilla. There's another live stream going on that can show what I'm doing on screen. I can just make a program that builds a code anyways. So even though I can't use the Python built-in thing, I can just make my own built-in thing. So we're going to make a program that's called encrypt and a program, well, not program, sorry, a function called encrypt and a function called decrypt. And one will encrypt whatever we type in, and one will decrypt whatever we type in. So let's see. First thing I probably want to do is separate it by letter. Then organize each letter. Yeah, just to make something really simple real quick before I go to bed. So we're going to make a list called ABC. The ABC list, I don't know why I made it an empty box. Yeah, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I wonder if I can find something that's literally just the alphabet listed with commas, so I don't have to type all that in. Vanessa Brooks says, hi. Hello, Vanessa Brooks. Welcome to the stream. Kirby said, my internet has been really bad the last few days. Godzilla said, I'm glad you asked. Encryption is taking a program, and, well, not taking a program, is taking information and making that information into a code. Well, it's really running the, sorry, let me describe it better. You take a message and you encode the message to where people who don't understand the code can't read it. Then to decrypt something is to take an encrypted message and to return it back to its normal form. Essentially, you could say something like, yo, fam, how's it going? Then you encrypt it, and it suddenly just becomes like a string of numbers, and like no one knows what you're talking about. And then afterwards, you can turn the string of numbers back to normal so that someone can know what you're talking about. Godzilla says, what does it do? Like, why would you do that? The reason why you would, oh, okay, Godzilla said, okay, now I know what it does. Solid. Alphabet listed with commas. Godzilla said, I use binary. Cool. Yeah, a lot of people have learned like some form of encryption by now. Thank you. When you Google search it and it's like, yo, I got you. When your computer's so sluggish you can't just copy things. There we go. My brain suddenly realized that these things weren't individually strings. So in Python, you have these things called strings. Strings are a type of variable in the program that is recognized as characters. Characters are anything on your keyboard that you can type in a message. But that also can include numbers, because numbers can be turned into strings. The important thing to understand is that a string is, I like how Godzilla said, try to decrypt it. Vanessa Brooks said, hello again. Yo, Vanessa Brooks, good to see you. Then Zolex said, what's up, bro? Yo, Zolex, good to see you. This is interesting. On the phone, Zolex has a different profile picture than on the computer. And I don't have any idea of why that's the case. I can make a binary decrypt and encrypt thing. I still have like 15 minutes. I hope I'm not lying to you. I hope I'm like, I actually do have time to do that. Because I wouldn't mind doing so. Okay, then we're going to make a variable called ABC length, and it's just going to tell us how many characters are in the alphabet. Really basic thing. Let's see. Then we're going to make whatever our variable is have to be a list. Oh, that sounds gross. No, you can turn strings into list. Also, I'm reconnecting the Facecam stream. It deconnected for a little bit. Here we go. Now I have that window where I'm able to read it clearly. So let's see. So then I'll want a number list. Zolex says, really? It has different picks? Lol. Yeah, it does. I have no idea why. Let's see. So we're going to do a counter A equals 0. No, we're going to say counter A equals ABC length. counter B equals 0. Then we're going to say while counter A, Godzilla said, please decrypt it. I haven't even made a message yet. Well, really, I haven't made an encryptor yet. I still need to make something that will encrypt messages. While counter A does not equal 0. Yeah, and then I'll separate one. So I need to make another list. Make it append. Yeah, it's just appending a number. Okay, I got it. Excuse me. So I'm going to make this thing called numList. Kirby said this stream has been going on for 27 minutes. Oh, thank you kindly. 27 minutes. Tell me when I've gone on for an hour, and then that's when I should stop it. Godzilla said, you mean 31? Let's see. numList. So we're going to say numList.append counter B. That's actually it. Yep, that's all it needs to do. Then we're going to, oh, right. No, it's just a number. It's just doing a number. Counter B plus equals 1. Counter A minus equals 1. And then it'll make a whole list of numbers. Godzilla said, anyone? Oh, did you make a message? It's like 21. Oh, for a minute I thought you like made a challenge, and I was like, "Fuck! I need to tell me the code, not the, not straight up the thing." Kirby says, "There it goes. I just refreshed." Oh, where did what go? I see 31. Let's see. So counter. That'll count up, and it'll make a number list. So we have numbers compared to letters. Then we need to make whatever is put into the encrypt thing, which will be code. This will also take code. I needed to convert code into code list. Kirby said now 32 minutes. Facts. Let's see. Convert string into list Python. Oh, hold on. Isn't it just list parenthesis around whatever it is? Like, it's not complicated. Oh. That person is doing something rather different. They're like putting the comma in a very specific place. Okay. We're going to go to this string to list. This is really different. Hopefully. No, these people are both having a string of things and then turning it into like a list of individual things. None of that is bad. None of that is bad at all. It's just not at all what I'm trying to do. Why don't I just try it? Code equals list code. Got him? No syntax error? Cool. I'm just going to believe it. Godzilla said, question. What's the question? Yeah. What is your question, Godzilla? Vegeta's see me typing butthole said, what are you doing? I'm coding on another stream that I'm doing. You can see the code I'm writing. I'm making an encryption function. And then that encryption function, I'll also have a decryption function with it, so I can decrypt whatever I encrypt. It's a really basic program, super basic, not anything super fancy. Godzilla said, can you do it? So can I Vegeta the butt ya? Godzilla, you're asking like, can I do the program? Vegeta said, what, are you making a dick pic? No. I'm not encrypting and decrypting pictures. Kirby said, can you dig it? Yeah, let's see. So I've made a list out of it. Then what I need to do is I needed to take each element in the list and make it when your brain suddenly goes, It was, why is there so much more to this? And it's like, don't worry, you do it once and you kind of never have to do it again, so everything's fine. Vegeta said, does this amuse you, Charlie? Then Godzilla said, Vegeta, the Vegeta. The Vegeta. So code length of code. Then we're going to set up another counter A, counter B situation. Blah, blah, blah. Counter A equals code length, counter B equals 0. Then we're going to say wall counter A does not equal counter B. Ooh, counter B. Vegeta is a vegetable. Vegetable spelled incorrectly, so says Godzilla. Vegeta said, are you going to let your hair grow? For a while. I don't plan on changing my hair up until, like, winter. So for a while, this was going to look like it's a weird afro with, like, a fake frohawk kind of thing. So the hair stands up, like, in the center. But then on the sides, it's, like, flat. But if you're not paying close attention, it's like you can't notice it. Vegeta says it looks nappy. This is not bad. Kirby said, let's see if I can continue making the Nexus Psychic deck I was making. Oh, have you heard about Jack Knights, Kirby? Godzilla said, Vegeta, you're a big afro because you're a broccoli. I imagine Broly would be more like broccoli. Vegeta's just vegetables in general. Let's see. Counter A does not equal counter B. Solid. Nope, it needs to be does not equal 0 because counter B is going to count. That's why it's a counter. And what we need to do is we need to say, oh, we're going to put in encrypted message is going to be a empty list for now. So I need to take each element. Kirby said, excuse me. Oh, yeah, have you heard of Jack Knights? They're a new psychic archetype that's coming out. Godzilla said, I don't need to eat your food. It does not taste good. But he put fook instead of food. K is nowhere near D. Godzilla said, you're not good at cooking. I make good dessert. I don't normally cook real food. I can make breakfast. Breakfast is really basic, though. I mean, like an egg sandwich and like meat, stuff like that. And then Godzilla said, Vegeta. I don't know why you accuse Vegeta of his cooking. Of like not being a good cook. I feel like there's not enough evidence for that. Let's see. Code counter B. Oh, snap. Right now, this code only supports having letters in it. Kirby said he makes great milkshakes. Thank you, Kirby. This is when I myself don't even comment on my milkshake construction ability. But this can only take, I just realized this, a string. And it can only take a string that, wait a minute, I already made it a list. Got him. Vegeta asked, do you have a cum sock? No, I do not have a cum sock. Interesting question. Vegeta asked, do I have a cum rack? Nor do I have a cum rack. Vegeta asked, a cum shirt? Nope, not that either. Gojira said, hey Jet, react to yourself. Right now, my reaction would be like, yo, me, what are you doing? You need to be actively working. And you're not. So let's see. Code counter B. Yeah, I think we should still have it the way we had it a second ago. Is code counter B, but then we're going to make it lowercase. So make string lowercase. Python isn't the first thing. Vegeta said, what do you use, Tip? It's like, I think masturbating is kind of gay, so I don't really fuck with it. Kirby said, an excuse to mention milkshakes. And then Godzilla said, ba-na-na-na-na-na. Let's see, convert string to lowercase in Python. Vegeta said, masturbating is gay? Question mark. I don't get you, Richard. And then Godzilla said, na ba 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 ba. Let's see. Print s dot lower parenthesis. So it's just whatever I put dot lower empty parenthesis. Then Godzilla said, banana. Then Vegeta told Godzilla to go somewhere else. Godzilla, you're still welcome. No worries. Encrypted message dot append. Everyone's welcome. Element. Then we're going to say counter B plus equal 1. Also, it should be while counter. Then, hold on. Okay, minus equal 1. And that should still work, I think. That's a pretty easy way to do it. Let's see. Godzilla said, Obama first black president, Trump first orange president. Getting suddenly political. Vegeta said, can I send it through your mailbox? Then Godzilla said, no thanks. Oh, Vegeta said, do you want my Comsock? No, thank you. Let's see. So we have it where it can build the encrypted message as a list, and then I needed to take the list and build it back into a string. So take list, make string, Python. There has to be a better way to say that. Vegeta said, Nick, you look sick. Are you okay? That's because I am sick, because I'm totally rad. I'm out of this world. I'm Michael Jackson bad. It's time to make some dad jokes about being cool. Kirby said, I'm making this deck backwards with the spell and trap cards first. I've done that before. Godzilla said, not a but, it's an insult. Godzilla said, you smell like perfume. Then Vegeta said, are you okay? I already read, are you okay? Godzilla said, not a but, it's an insult. To say that he looks, not that he looks like perfume, that he smells like perfume. You look like perfume would be a really weird insult. You look like a cloud of good smelling gas. Okay, let's see. Dot join list 1. Oh, that's, oh, okay. That looks all kinds of gross. Why is there like a weird parenthesis, not parenthesis, like quotes in front of dot join? But yeah, encrypted message equals encrypted message dot join. No. That's not how it works. It's dot join and then encrypted message is inside instead of saying list 1. Got him. Okay. And now I'll just tell it to print encrypted message. So now we can encrypt things. No problem. Let's see. Godzilla said, you look like a saggy old man. The toilet thinks you're nasty. Kirby said, you are sick as the Yu-Gi-Oh card name. Hyozenaryu. Hyozenaryu. Hopefully he says the name correctly. It can be difficult. Did I? Question mark. Kirby said, I'm making, oh yeah, I already read that you said you're making it backwards. So now we can encrypt messages. So all I need to do now is to be able to decrypt messages, which can be done with the greatest of ease. A matter of fact, I don't know why I made them separate programs to begin with. Let's see. Godzilla said, okay, I'm going to go. Bye. Ooh, catch you later, Godzilla. Good to have you on the stream. Let's see. So I'm going to say code and function. They don't need to be two functions. My brain was like, high size 2020. No reason to set this up to be two functions at all. Wow. That's actually an interesting idea. So well, that's not innovative. You know, like, it's pretty basic. If function equals 0, then print encrypted message. if function equals 1, print decrypted message, which is currently not a thing. So as you can see, there's this X here where it's like undefined variable. Hayozon Ryu. Kirby corrected my pronunciation. Hayozon Ryu. So what I'm going to have it do is no matter what you type in to be encrypted or decrypted, it will always encrypt it and decrypt it. My brain suddenly said, but wait a minute, Jen. Actually, no, that still doesn't even matter. Yeah, we're still totally fine because stuff like numlist still works. So, right, and you already converted the code into a list. So you already have that broken down. So it's legitimately just doing the same thing again. Oh, this is awesome. I like this. So decrypted message is a list. And then we're going to do the whole like counter A is code length, counter B is 0. And it just does it in the opposite way. My brain suddenly was like, wait a minute. Code counter B, right? And then it takes the thing. Oh, right. This is what I'm messing up. So you take the lowercase version of it and then pronounce the Y the same way as yo, the first Y. Hayozon Ryu? Am I not doing that? Excuse me. Let's see. Real quick. I just realized what I'm doing doesn't do anything. So element equals code counter B going to be the lowercase letter at whatever point it is. Then it needs to run through ABC list, right? And it needs to run through that whole thing and compare it. No, it needs to compare to num list. No, it doesn't. What the fuck am I talking about? So this is code counter B dot lower. It needs to find where it is in ABC list. And then it needs to replace it with the number in the corresponding number list. That's what it has to do. So if the first letter is A, it needs to make the first letter into 0 in the number. This is super basic. This shouldn't be difficult in any way. So it makes it lowercase so that it can compare. And then it should compare with another counter C, but counter C kind of needs to continually refurbish itself. So it needs to be inside the while loop. Hayozon Ryu. Oh, so how was I saying it before? Hayozon Ryu? Am I not saying? Yeah, I'm still lost on like how I'm messing it up. Oh no, he's saying not Hayozon Ryu. Hayozon Ryu. Is it like you have to like say the yo really hard? Hayozon Ryu. While counter C. Well, you can't have something based on counter C, right? Just make confirm equals 0 and then say while confirm. Then he said not Hayo. Spell it phonetically. Once again, and then I'll be ready. I just need it spelled the way that I should pronounce it, like how dictionaries do it. That's what I thought the Hayozon Ryu thing at the top was like but I'm still doing it wrong. So like more phonetic for the very first part. Is it Haizanryu? Like, do you not say the O or what? Let's see. While confirm does not equal 1, I have to make it compare itself to the ABC list. The Y is the same syllable as Ryu. So is it Hairyu Zanryu? Or is it Hairyu Zanryu? No, fuck. Hairyu Zanryu. E. Is it Hayo Zanryu? Hayo, like you pronounce the Y like an I. So Hayo Zanryu. That sounds so close to the other thing. Confirm. When your brain is like, this is really simple, but I should just be thinking, make sure you do it right. Kirby said, all balls. There's probably some way for me to figure it out. So let's see. Confirm element code. So the element is what I'll be using to compare. So if element equals ABC counter B, then element will now equal numList counter B. If element does not equal ABC counter B, then we're going to increase counter B. Plus equal 1. Right, this is why you need like a counter C to be a thing. Counter C also should equal 0. And then we're going to make counter C this one right here. Vegeta said, the fuck is Kirby talking about? He's trying to get me to pronounce a Yu-Gi-Oh card name. But I'm having trouble pronouncing it correctly. Let's see, element equals numList counter B, so it'll transform each letter into a number once it finds that it has the correct equivalent. Confirm equal 1. And then let's see, if element does not, then counter B plus equal 1. It'll go through the alphabet, dun 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 dun, like that, until it finally gets everything. Kirby says, you shouldn't be saying hi. What should I be saying? Is it Hawaio Zanryu? Like, do you say Y, like the letter, like straight up? Hawaio Zanryu. Kirby, it should be easier to say what it is than to say what it is not. Because once I learn what it's not, it just tells me that I'm doing it wrong, but not what I mean, I kind of know what I'm doing wrong. I know that I'm getting the first part of it wrong, the HYO. But that doesn't tell me how to do it right. Is it Hawaio Zanryu? Is it the O sound that's wrong or the Y sound that's wrong? Or the O and the Y sound that's wrong? So that should do it. This. So it joins them all as a number. Kirby said, I'm not being able to articulate this. Oh, no problem, Kirby. We'll figure it out eventually. And if we don't, then it's not like horrible or anything. Like, oh man, like we didn't get it. Kirby said the Y sound. How should the Y sound sound? Should it sound like an I, an E, an A, an O, or a U? I imagine it's still making a vowel sound, right? But it's just not making its normal vowel sound? Or is it making like the capital Y sound, where you just say the letter, like Y? Let's see. Decrypted message. Then we're going to have... It's the same thing. It's like the same thing we just did right here, but we're going to reverse it. But we kind of need to make every article in there a thing. Vegeta said, can I use your beard as a pussy? No, thank you, Vegeta. Let's see. How do I convert numList into string? Well, into a list of strings. I don't think I'd have to. Yeah, the more I think about it. So the first thing that we were doing before, yeah, it's literally the opposite. So element of code counter b dot lower doesn't make any sense anymore, because the element of code is now this, but instead of lowercasing it, we're going to just make it into a string. So the number is now a string. Oh, wait a minute. I don't have to make the number a string. What is this? So it's still a number, right? And we have to see... We just run it as the counter. That's why it's so simple. Yeah, so you take the code counter b equals 0, which will give us a number. Then we just say, we won't need counter c at all. We also won't need confirm. Oh, control Z on that last big part of it. Hold on. Because it's still a while loop. My brain's like, I feel like you left some shit out of this while loop. When your brain's like, wait a minute. Oh, okay, yeah, there was like a way bigger while loop. And then I grabbed like a small one, which is why it was kind of weird. Okay, let's see. It doesn't really need to be a while loop, I don't think. Or it might be, but it's going to be different. Vegeta said, do I say weird shit, Nick? I'm talking through Vegeta's mind, so I'm typing it. That's interesting. Kirby said, the best way I think I can articulate it with a common word is... You're leaving us in suspense, Kirby. Let's see, element equals code counter b. Then you say element equals numList element. So whatever number it throws back, it's going to be interesting. Yo with an H behind it. Okay, the stream should be fixed. You lost the shit out of me. Even the stream lost connection, Kirby. Yo with an H behind it? What is that even? What does yo with an H behind it sound like other than yo? Like when you say ya versus ya, like, you know what I mean? Is it a deeper O sound? High O. High O. Is that what I'm supposed to be saying? Instead of high yo, high O. He O. So it's it's a E sound. Kirby, I asked about that. Hio's on Ryu. Hio. Like Neo. Like Neo Sapien. But it's an H. Hio's on Ryu. Hio. Hio's on Ryu. Vegeta said, "It's Nick, a virgin." Got him. Got him. Got him. Let's see. Decrypted message, dot append, element, and then counter A minus equals 1. Counter C plus equals 1. When your brain goes, wait a minute, what the fuck was counter C? Like, why did counter C matter? Why did I think I needed another counter? So there's counter B, right? Then you run counter B through hell and back here. Why would you do that? Why would you need counter C? Look, so the concept is that you need counter B to be 0 at the beginning every time. Or do you? Fuck me. Okay, hold on. You need counter B to be counting up every time. So you need to just say counter B equals 0. Kirby said, now say that quicker without the syllables separating it. Fucking Kirby. When the stream is like totally not this, but now totally is this. He was on Ryu. Like, he was on Ryu. 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 Yeah, he was on Ryu. I feel like I know. He was on Ryu. Is that it? When your brain is like, did we get there? Yeah, as my brain also said, so am I about to mess up this program? But am I going to master the pronunciation if he was on Ryu? Yes. Okay, cool. So we got it. We did it. So let's see. Kirby said that's probably the closest I'll get. Facts. Let's see. Element, counter B, counter C seems irrelevant. Don't know why I put it in. Does counter B need to equal 0 or equal 1? If element equals counter B, well, I imagine what you would want is to have counter B be defined. Oh, it's counter B definitely needs to be counted up 1. Counter B plus equals 1. Holy shit. So my brain suddenly understood what counter C was supposed to be, but then it was like, but you didn't implement it correctly, Jen. You didn't do it. So I understand what all the confusion was about. So counter B is supposed to be specifically counting your code elements, and it's dependent on how long your code is, right? That's why counter A is code length. So you needed to count up counter B continuously for that. But the ABC thing, however, is like a different counter, or at least it needs to be. It needs to be counter C, which equals 0, almost as like a constant. So then we don't need counter B to plus equal 1, but rather we need counter C to plus equal 1. And you keep doing that. Then at the end of everything, you need counter C to be reset. So counter C needs to always equal 0 when you run it. And counter B needs to continually count up when you run it. And that's why they're separate things. My brain was so stuck on that. Like, why did I include this? So while counter A, which is the length of the code, does not equal 0, element now equals code counter B. Yeah, element equals num list element. Well, yeah, my brain just said, hold up. Num list. Ooh. So it's a number, and you told it that it needs to correspond. Yeah, it needs to be ABC element, not num list. You're taking a number from the num list and putting it back in. So there's no reason to do it like that. I don't know why I was stupid. Okay, so decrypted message dot append element. And then you're going to subtract 1 from counter A. After you add 1 to counter B. So counter B plus equals 1. Super simple program. Been working on it for too long. So next up, we're going to actually run it, and then we're going to debug it, and then I'm going to end the stream. So what did we decide to name this? I don't know why we kept it to be defined as encrypt when it's a full encryptor and decryptor function, because they shouldn't be separate things. Ha, got them. So we're going to say coder oh, that's so gross. So my brain just realized that like spaces exist, and it just shat itself. It was like, oh, right. So if I type in a message that has a space, the program has nothing in it to account for just a empty space. So even if I wanted to do a message that was like, these nuts, ha, got him, there are spaces, and the program would shit itself. Luckily, I can't put punctuation in there either. Yeah, it doesn't account for punctuation. This is super simple. It is incredibly simple. So these nuts, ha, got him, 0, and it should give us a bunch of numbers. But what it really should give us is an error message, because I've done no previous run of the program. So it should shit itself. That's what I'm expecting. The long silence. That's a rough, like, self-shit. Because there's a big difference from immediate error message and it just won't work. Just saying, like, no, it just won't do anything. Oh, gosh. I made the while loop nested, I think, by accident. I don't know what just happened. Hold on. So these things are outside of the first while loop. A new while loop opens. Then, for some reason, I put this in the while. Nope. So that's not in the while loop for sure. Kirby said, do you usually run 20 spells and traps and 20 monsters? If it's a 40-card deck, yes. If not, like if you're running 60 cards, then it's 30-30. You want half and half, so you have a 50-50 chance of drawing a monster or drawing a spell or trap, regardless of the size of deck. So even if you ran a 50-card deck, it'd be 25-25. Well, for me, specifically, that's how I would split it up. Which 50-card decks are interesting. That's very specific. You know, if you're going to go as hard as above 40, I'd be surprised that you didn't just go all the way. So we successfully made nothing. It actually just doesn't read it. I can't say we necessarily didn't accomplish anything. Here's how we'll make this work a little bit better. And by work better, I mean not necessarily work better, but just show that we've done something. That'll print to us ABC length. Let's see. I want it to print the num list. Kirby said, okay, I have 20 spells and traps. Now for the monsters, plus an extra deck this time. All in, stopping the program, run. So it shows us the ABC list, counts there are 27 things. Then it gives us the num list, counts 26 things. That automatically is an inconsistency. Like my brain said, like, oh wait, no, that's still 27 things. Yeah, you didn't have it print the length of the num list. That's what screwed you up. You got confused. I almost thought I had messed up everything. But I have messed up nothing. Length of the num list. Print num list length as well. Kirby said the extra deck will be synchros. Nice. We're going to have it print whatever your code was. Oh, well, I shouldn't have put it in. Like that. Shouldn't have messed that up. Then we're going to print code again, now that it's changed up a little bit. Then we're going to print the length of the code. Essentially, by doing this, we get to see where the program may or may not be shitting itself. So it does know how to break it. It is breaking it properly. D's nuts. Ha, got him. At least we made something that can turn anything you want into an aesthetically pleasing list. Kirby said the extra deck will be synchros thanks to the spell card Psychic Field Zone. Fujita said, daddy. Let's see. So we know that we have 18 characters on our code list. Vegeta wants me to smash. I'd be like, no. Thanks for the offer, but no. Let's see. So why do I have it saying Like, that shouldn't just be there. That doesn't make sense. You're telling me it goes through the whole while loop. Oh gosh, hold on. My brain's like, remember, it's nested. And it's like, you're right. It is nested. What the fuck is my life? So that is doing its job correctly, setting up the element each time for it to append to the list. So I need a print statement here. When Vegeta's like, let me give you the chicken, and you're like, sorry, I'm not a farmer, then we're going to have it print encrypted message with the join. Save, stop program, run. I'm pretty sure it's shitting itself at the actual point of which it quote-unquote encrypts. So we need to look at it to make sure that it's doing what it's supposed to do, which I imagine it's not, because if it was, it would just do it. So let's see. Counter A is the length of the code. We know that the length of the code is 18 characters. Because we already typed that shit in. So with that being said, as long as 18 isn't lowered to 0, element equals code counter B, which should equal the D in D's nuts. Vegeta says it's lagging really hard. It should equal the D in D's nuts. Got him. So I want it to print element right here every time. That would also be helpful. Vegeta said, yee, you feel me? So it's counting, and it said, D's nuts, go, but then it's not reading the T or the E or the M. I don't know how you freeze up there. So it counts through the 18 characters in the code list. And it goes down to 0. What else do I need to be keeping track of? It's also probably a good idea to print encrypted message every time. Don't be gross. Do. There we go. We got it. My brain was like, what the fuck is this? When you accidentally draw a triangle. So the element is D, lowercase d. If element equals ABC counter C, I got you, fam. I don't think I ever changed this. That needs to also equal counter C. Pretty sure that's what I messed up. Run back. Okay. That's looking more right. Reason why I say that is because 344 makes sense because 3 third thing set up when you got A, B, C, D with A starting with 0, and then E will equal 4. So D's 25 is Z because the 26th character is the fucking space. These nuts. Ha. God. Kirby said a triangle is actually an Illuminati camera. Their camera count grows every day. Coincidence? Kirby thinks not. What do you think? Dun 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 dun. Ha, got 'em. Oh, okay, so you can't conjoin all of them together unless you make it a string. Oh, no problem, broski. I think I actually know what to do. It said, or if the list is integers, convert the elements before joining them. Join str-e for in list 1. No problem. Can do that right now. Kirby said, they're watching us. I would expect that from your boy. Shout out to boom 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 Gojira. That's the kind of thing he would say. Knock those two off. For E in encrypted message. And it's just saying that you're redefining it from scope. No problem. Give me that run back, fam. Hey. And that's these nuts. Ha, got him. Question. Yeah. Why does it run it back a couple more times? Got him should be the last one. Oh, it's always after the letter. Is there an additional space after got him? No. Vegeta said, you look hot in that thumbnail. Yo, thank you kindly. Why does it... What the fuck is the 12? My brain also just said, what about two-digit numbers? And it was like, oh, please no. Like, that is totally relevant. Because if you go into double digits and you have it break it up into strings, it won't understand the difference between 1, 2, and 12. Vegeta said, are you doing your homework? What are you trying to do? No, I'm not doing homework. This should be just a simple encryption, decryption thing. Like, I've done stuff like this before. But this is me sitting down, not having done it in a minute, and saying, like, yo, let me do this. This is real quick as a stream. But it's not the same as being in the mindset and doing it. So a lot of it, I'm going back and then being like, oh, so this is a thing. But this is a thing that I didn't think about was a thing. And so maybe the code should also incorporate slashes. But if it incorporates slashes in order to break it up, then that's still fucking gross. It's just like slightly, every step is slightly more to do from the previous step, but still not horrible. So what I need to do then right afterwards, encrypted message, dot append, and then add a slash. Save, run. There we go. Then it's like you're fucking around too hard because it's supposed to be numbers and not a bunch of slashes. So it's arguing about line 49. Right. None of the slashes will make any sense to it. So that's an easy answer. Make counter B plus equal 2 every time. Kirby said the psychic commander card was censored purely because he is doing a Heil Hitler gesture. I mean, yeah, I could totally see why that would make the card be censored. So you do 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Oh, wait a minute. When your brain goes, stop fucking up. Well, oh gosh. So now my brain's like, why didn't you separate it? Vegeta said, Kirby, why are you doing the Heil Hitler gesture in your profile pic? It's more like hello, but with Kirby's stumpy arms. I can totally see where you're coming from. So making the encryptor and the decryptor the same thing is suddenly getting gross. Because it's the decryptor part that's like, hey, excuse me, what you're doing does not work. And that's why I said counter B plus equal 2. But then the last part, I think, is also, Kirby said he doesn't even have fingers. It's true. He does not have fingers. You was right. C. Fuck. My brain was like, did we get him? Does he not understand? And it's like, I don't understand. You're right that I don't understand. Oh, hold up. That's right. Decrypted message. Just say like, if function does not equal 1. No, hold up. Say if function does equal 1 is the only time that you do any of this, and now it should run with no errors. God. So that's the code in all its nasty glory. Holy shit. What a disgusting mess. I know why it's showing it multiple times. It's because I have it with all these extra prints to like double check my own work. So now I need to make the decoder work, knowing full well, like completely knowing that like the slash thing is gross and that I have to work around it. So for that, counter B will plus equal 2 in order to skip over everything. And we'll see how well that works, if at all. So coder, that horrible piece of garbage. When my brain's like, hold on, Jet, I don't think you understand how this works in like a basic way. So decrypted message, code counter B, it's gonna have to convert it into an integer to make it work, but that's fine. Yeah, it's the actual encrypt versus decrypt process that matters. Try again on Facecam. Kirby said, my brain is hurting me because of these synchro plays. The synchro plays got you fucked up. do 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 do. For a minute, I thought my Chromebook was about to brown out, and I was like, no, you don't. Not tonight. That's not how it works. That's never how it works. For some reason, my computer hates scrolling down further now, and that can be really gross. It can be very, very gross. So print encrypted message. No, you're going to want to scoot that shit over as well. Got him. Okay. So a function doesn't equal 0. It won't do any of that extra bullshit. Okay, cool. So I want to see it shit itself. The error message of which I got is like not what I thought I would get. So it's arguing about line 36. But then my brain was like, but it shouldn't run line 36 for the second half of the program. And then my brain, Kirby said possible synchro plays. Fucking, hold on. There's too much. Kirby said, I just sent the effect of Psychic Field Zone to your Discord. Discord's like the one thing I don't have up. Like my brain suddenly was like, right, yeah, like I currently can't see Discord. You got me, Kirby. That's a solid way to catch your boy slipping. So I needed to make like a lot of these really basic variables. Then after that, but that's only if function equals 0, which I know it doesn't the first time. Yeah, right, like, what on earth is happening? My brain is just like, I don't know how to address that. It then yeah, what is that? So 18 is the length of the code. Yeah, it's fucking with me that line 36 is the one that is bitching about. Kirby said, the effect has more than 200 characters in it. Split it up into multiple posts. Just dividing it up for like 200 or less characters per each part of the effect. I'll still be able to read it. Don't divide mid a word though. You know what I mean? Like don't split words in half. Sorry to have to do that. It's just I just don't have Discord open. And my computer is already acting a little weird because I have so much stuff running at the same time. Also, I was supposed to have like ended the stream almost an hour ago. It's nice that it can encrypt. Can you decrypt, please? Decrypt, please. So line 36, it's just an append statement for encrypted message, but it says string object has no attribute append. But I haven't joined encrypted message into a string yet. Like, this is everything I know is a lie. So it was able to append D from D's notes. Then it appends the slash. Then it tried to append the E as a 4. And then it failed. Why would it fail something we've already done before? I think that's what has me like tripping incredibly hard. The concept that like it can't do something that we just watched it do a few moments ago. Kirby said, oh wait, hold up. It's the effect. Select 2 of your removed from play monsters, 1 psychic type tuner and 1 psychic type non-tuner. Return them to the graveyard, special summon 1 psychic type synchro monster from your extra deck and face up defense position, whose level equals the total levels of the returned monsters. This is an odd method I'm using to synchro summon. So you're going to banish monsters in order to synchro summon them. Oh wait, yeah, you're going to banish monsters to put them in the graveyard to synchro summon monsters that have the combined levels of the monsters that you return from the banish zone to the graveyard. Okay, that's not bad. Okay. So this is the program that shits itself at that point. We're going to take this older one. We're going to control Z a whole bunch. Now we're going to run it. There's the code. List index out of range. Okay, so for this one, it gets upset at line 30. Deadpool Master said, "What are you trying to do?" We're making a really simple program for decrypting and encrypting a message. And I'm also talking to people in chat. So Kirby said, one of the synchros, level 7, has a life gain effect at the cost of banishing a monster from my grave. So then you can use that synchro to banish more monsters, so that then you can use that other effect in order to take those monsters, put them back in your grave, and then do another synchro summon using that. So you can kind of synchro summon one monster so that you can keep synchro summoning more monsters. So I'm talking to Kirby in another live chat, and he's talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! While I make this encrypting, decrypting function or whatever. But the idea is that right now we have it successfully encrypting into this mess, and then we're decrypting back is what we're trying to do. But right now it doesn't like line 30 if element equals ABC counter C. And that's mainly because a certain section of this now doesn't need to run when we do the decrypt. There's no reason to run it. But when we did that, we ran into an interesting error. So if function equals 0 specifically, that is the only time we want to run any of that. So we're shifting all of that over. we also would like to shift this over. We also would like to shift this over. We won't need any of that in the decrypting process. At least we shouldn't. So now we're going to try and run it. So it hates line 50, and it says invalid literal for int with base 10 /, which makes sense. Kirby said, my internet is starting to go again. I soon will have to go. So me and your internet are slight in sync. But what it's saying makes sense. It says line 50, though. That's the only thing that's got me. Here we go. Yeah, it's saying like it can't int a /, which means it's somehow still hitting a / if it skips 2 each time, because it'll be 0, 2, 4, 6. Yeah, it's like pretty much if the last one is a /. Then we're done for. Why not? Yeah, my brain just said, why not make counter B count normally, but make it where it just can identify whether or not an element is a / by simply saying if code counter B equals a /, then it doesn't do it. Oh, no. Well, yeah, no, this is better. So you say, if counter B does not equal a /, then we do everything as we would normally do it. And then, let's see, invalid syntax. I did not equal backwards. There we go. Got him. So if code counter B does not equal a /, then it runs through and does all the shit. Otherwise, it just runs the program as normal. You don't have to count by 2s and worry about if somehow counting by 2s makes it not run. What the fuck is this? When you read it and you realize that it still separates the numbers. Yeah, my brain did just say, why do you think turning it into a list with slashes would make it understand that you had 2 digits? And it's like, dang, brain, you're too on point there. So there is one way to make that work. And the way that you would do it is you'd have it fucking midnight. So the way that you would make it do it is by having it count through, and then whenever it sees a /, it puts 2 elements together. So you're making it rebuild the code list. Oh gosh. So yeah, my brain like really hates that. It hates that so much. So wow, my brain like also wanted to make it a for loop too. It doesn't need to be a for loop necessarily. So again, while counter A does not equal 0, we're going to set something called new code, which is going to be a new list, because we need a new list. It's getting really dumb. code counter B. This is this is really interesting because my brain is like just kind of thinking again. It's getting almost there. If counter B equals a slash, we needed to recognize slashes. Yeah. If counter B equals a slash, code counter B plus 1 equals a character. If it's a 2-character thing, then plus 2 equals a slash. Kirby said, so now I need to add 3 in 4-star tuners. So what I just said is if it's a 2-digit number, pretty much, then it needs, well, no, it would be counter B plus 3 because you have, well, that's assuming a lot because let's see if this equals a number and then, well, no, it has to start on a slash for it to read like that in the first place. So yeah, it will only grab things like that and put them together. Then it'll say new underscore code dot append counter B. Do I know Deadpool Master? My brain suddenly was like, is that Ben? Like, do I think I know this person? Kirby said, so now I need to add 3 and 4-star tuners, then 4, 5, and 6-star monsters. New code dot append code counter B plus 1 I've definitely been called Jack Black before. That's become a regular thing. Because some people don't hear me correctly, so they think I'm named Jack Black. So new code, it appends them together. If it needs to have like a hard counter B count to like account for all that so that it doesn't just scoot over and just fuck everything up. So 0, 1, 2, 3, like it counts itself already. So it needs to jump over 4. It needs to be counter B plus equals 4. And then you've now counted like a significant amount of the list. So now counter A minus 4 things. Counter A minus 4 things, I'm pretty sure. So that's interesting. And then you say if code counter B does not equal the slash. Vegeta's curious if I'm hairy everywhere. Ooh. I'm not like super duper hairy everywhere. Like, I do have hair everywhere on my body. But there are some people where it's like, it's just a friggin' jungle. I'm not like that. It's not like super thick. Kirby says, it's also past your midnight now. Vegeta said, do you shave your pubes? He's asking if I manscape. No, I do not manscape. Let's see. If code counter B does not equal slash, then I just need to append it straight. Dot append code counter B. Counter B plus equal 1. Counter A minus equal 1. Hey, I actually don't know how well that'll work. I suddenly was like, I think we're doing all right. So then I need new code to just equal code proper. Should be doing better. Vegeta said, where is your girlfriend? At my house? I mean, fuck, at her house? when your brain is like dead, legitimately. Because my brain is just friggin' out of it at this point. Don't give me a do nothing setup. Vegeta said, why doesn't she watch your streams? She tunes in sometimes, but most of the time doesn't. She's starting her own streaming thing. Vegeta said, you look like you never talk to her. We talk very rarely. People are really weirded out by how we do our relationship. But we just communicate whenever, kind of thing. It was funny because I just reached to the side because I was like, do I have any notifications on my phone? And then I had the quick realization of like, oh, right, I'm using my phone to stream. But no, people are weirded out because me and Gabby don't talk much, right? But it's been really normal, like throughout our relationship, to only really talk when we hang out. But then we only hang out when we're both free. And then we're very rarely both free to hang out. So in the end, you just don't talk a lot, but that's just how it like always has been. And we're okay with that. Like, that's not like a weird thing for us. It's just a weird thing for most other people who are more like attached with their significant other, where they like talk all the time. Like, that's not really what we do, but we're okay with that. So it's fine. So computer is still being crazy AF. Vegeta said, what if she's cheating? Then she can just do whatever she wants. She's a grown woman, Vegeta. It's one of those things where it's like you wouldn't care as much, mainly because like we're independent people. We can choose to do what we want to do. It would be nice if she told me. But if she didn't tell me, it's not like I'm going to hire a detective. It's not the kind of thing where it would be like, oh, man, I'm definitely going to find out. Because it's like, I probably wouldn't know. Let's see. Print code. That just never ran. I have no idea where the code is like shitting itself. While I would like to end the stream with our own thing. Vegeta said, true. I'm glad you're not a pussy. Kirby said, don't mind us, Gabby. We're all friends here. Let's see. So right now, I'm probably just gonna go to bed for the night. It sucks that I didn't end the stream with like a finished product, but I also meant to end the stream forever ago. I need to get ready for bed, which requires exercising and everything. Vegeta says, there's plenty of fish in the sea. Kirby said, if anything, mind that guy Vegeta over there. Vegeta has been trying to smash on the regular, Gabby. Vegeta said, what did you think of the new Dragon Ball Super episode? I'm so behind, Vegeta. I've started watching like everything else is what happened. So I need to start exercising and getting ready for bed. But real quick, I'm going to talk about like things that I've started watching. I'm almost caught up on Chronos Ruler. I'm like one episode behind. And then on Knights and Magic, I'm completely caught up. Then I'm completely caught up on The Reflection, which is an anime by Stan Lee. Then I'm more or less completely caught up on My Hero Academia. Then what else am I watching? I'm watching an older anime, Gatchaman or whatever, but it's like the reboot of Gatchaman. And it's really interesting. If you watch Durarara and you like superhero kind of stuff, it's like superhero Durarara. That's what like the newer Gatchaman is. And I think I'm on episode 11, and it's like a 12 episode series. So I'm almost done with the Gatchaman fucking thing. You know, what else am I watching that's not those things? 18 If. I'm pretty sure I'm caught up on 18 If. 18 If is this psychological anime kind of thing. Essentially what I'm doing is any anime that's new and is like 7 or 8 episodes or so, I'm just kind of like running through it, right? I'm just saying, oh, cool, it's new and it's short. Let me watch all of it at once. God. So that's what I've been doing. So yeah, I'm just behind on Dragon Ball Super. But what I'll do is at some point, I'll watch like a whole bunch of Dragon Ball Super, and then I'll catch up with like a marathon, and then probably give my thoughts on the episodes all fresh after watching like all of them at once. But at the same time, I never can truly avoid spoilers with the YouTubers that I watch. So even if I don't watch their videos, I'll still see like thumbnails. So I'll still always have an idea somewhat of what's going on without having seen the episodes proper. So what I'll do, as I said, is, you know, I'll watch a whole bunch of them at once. I'll probably watch them with one of my friends, and then we'll give our group thoughts on them. But anyways, thank you all for watching. If you like this video, make sure to like this video, favorite, comment, subscribe, and ding ding ding, ring that bell so you'll be notified whenever we do these live streams. Hopefully tomorrow we can finish up this program and get it working properly. Thank you all once again, and have a wonderful day. This is your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only, logging out. Peace. When you look at the live stream stats and it says you had like 49 playbacks, and you're like, the fuck you mean 49 views? What? Why do people watch Jet programs? like that many people at once live? All right, I guess people like to see me fool around on Python and not do anything for like 2 hours. Thank you all for watching. This is your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only, logging out. Peace.